From the makers of Sniper Elite 4 comes an all-new undead nightmare, Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Hitler's hordes are back for more in this spine-chilling shooter. Abominable occult enemies, epic weapons, and a harrowing new campaign for 1 to 4 players await in 1940s Europe as you fight to save humankind from this undead Armageddon. Welcome back, guys, to Leo Gaming, and yes, this is a review today for Zombie Army 4 Dead War. I'll be honest, I've never played the previous 3, so this is my first outing with this game, and thus far I have really enjoyed it. I actually thought I wouldn't, because generally I'm not a great fan of zombie games, but I've actually quite enjoyed this game. So this was developed by Rebellion Developments and published by the company of the same name, and was released on the 4th of Feb 2020. So without further ado, if you'd like to come and join me in reviewing this game, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I hope you enjoy. To start off with are the visuals. I will be honest, they're standard graphics, they're nothing to write home about. They're good enough for the game. There is a photo mode where you do have the option to change, so you can take a picture of your choosing within the gameplay itself, and you have the option to change the image colour, black or white. And they give it all sorts of names like blood red and stuff like that. But that's only in photo mode. For the actual game, you don't get to do that. It is quite a gory and bloody game. You do get lots and lots of blood, which you do expect from a zombie game. In terms of the actual environment itself, it's a lot of city streets, the typical sort of inner streets of a city, Paris, Venice. Crumbling buildings, bombed out buildings that you'd expect from a Second World War era environment. And the zombies themselves actually look incredibly detailed. I am quite impressed with the detail on the zombies. I can't compare to the original 3, but being my first time on this game series, I'm quite impressed with the sort of the visuals of the zombies themselves. And you've also got the actual explosions. When you shoot off the explosions look quite good, and they feel quite good as well when you see them explode. Moving on to sound, I'll be honest, I haven't even noticed the soundtrack apart from just a sort of melodramatic hum in the background. That's all I've noticed about this game in terms of the soundtrack. There is no, I don't even remember any music being played. I think it's just like a sort of melodramatic horror style soundtrack in the back. It sounds like a dim hum in the background. One thing I did notice is I couldn't hear the speech properly over the background noise. So whilst you're playing, when the characters are talking together during gameplay, I couldn't hear the speech properly over the background noise of all the zombies. Which I obviously went into the options and had to adjust and up the volume of the speech, but I still think that you shouldn't have to do that. I do think that any game should naturally dim the background sound out when they're talking. It just felt really annoying. I kept having to sort of lean into the telly to listen to what they're saying. I mean, the subtitles on the screen, but obviously in terms of immersion, you want to hear it properly. So I think rather than having to change that at the options, which to be honest you shouldn't have to do, the game should automatically do that for you whilst they're talking during gameplay. But that is one of the negatives of this game. The sound of the weapons, the gunshots have a slight echo to them, but they sound meaty. They sound like they've got a bit of weight behind them. They do sound. I do like the sound of the rifle, the sniper rifle, especially when you take out. It's got that nice weighty sound to it as well. And even when the bullets strike the zombies themselves. Moving on to mechanics, you've got campaign mode, which comes in various chapters. I think it's about 8 chapters. You get horde mode, which is obviously your standard wave upon wave upon wave of, just trying to survive as many waves of zombies as you can. You can do both of these cooperatively. So that's always a bonus. So if you've got a mate round, you can both do it at the same time. You also get, throughout the levels, you get safe rooms. Obviously, standard, the name says it all. Safe rooms are, where you can sort of, they're kind of checkpoints, if you were. And within them, you can use a workbench to upgrade your weapon and also add more perks, or where you unlock more perks, and also restock on your ammunition and any extras you want to get, like medikits and stuff like that. During the game, though, you will gain XP. So to upgrade your weapons and to gain these perks, you gain XP from kill combos, melee takedowns, or even taking 2 zombies out with the sniper rifle at the same time, similar to COD. Not the two zombies, but the actual sort of XP gaining way of doing things. What I did like is when it's got that Sniper Elite. Obviously, you can tell it's the developers of Sniper Elite because it's got that pull away cinematic of when you take a good shot at a zombie with the sniper rifle and you see the bullet go through the body and hit the body part or whatever. It's quite good when you get 2 of them in one shot, though. That's when you gain more XP as well. It just builds up your kill combo. But the one thing I do find, why is it with zombie games? Please, for the love of God, can somebody tell me in the comments below, why is it every single zombie game has to have an XP sort of arcadey feel to it? Like, I've never got this. COD does the same. It's this whole sort of, and then when you're at the end of each chapter, you get that sort of bar at the bottom, and it makes that sort of cha-ching noise, cha-ching noise, cha-ching noise, as it's sort of leveling itself up. And I've never got that. To me, that breaks immersion because it turns it into an arcade game. Like, when I play a zombie game, I want a sort of quite a realistic zombie game, i.e. Resident Evil. Whereas these zombie games, like the COD zombies and there's this zombie army, it has that very arcadey sort of, you have the gameplay, but then in between each level chapter you get this sort of arcadey sort of cha-chinging bar that goes up and XP. You can tell I'm not a zombie game fan because I haven't had a go of COD zombies, but again, I could never get into it. This one I've actually enjoyed, though. I'll be honest with you, the actual gameplay I've enjoyed. It does break immersion for me when you get this arcadey style leveling up system in the middle. The actual system's okay, but it's the way it does it. It just completely breaks all seriousness for the game, for me. Don't know about anybody else, but it does for me. Anyway, where was I? So you can obviously upgrade. So with this XP, you'll gain, and also throughout the levels, you get upgrade kits, and obviously you use them to upgrade your weapons. Standard stuff, extra magazines, explosive shells and stuff like that. Similar, obviously the variation of weapons you get is all Second World War weapons. I haven't come across so far any sort of fantasy weapons. I hope I don't, because that ruins it again for me. Also throughout the levels you can collect comic books and various notes and propaganda. These are all collectibles. Which the comic books are just basically a front cover of a sort of made up comic book, and you get different notes and propaganda on the background of the sort of environment you're in. Collecting all these, though, you do get a sticker album as well in your records, similar to Plants vs Zombies. Again, I don't get it with the zombie games. What is with the sticker book? It's Plants vs Zombies. I don't get the sticker book thing as well. Again, that just, to me, I don't know about anybody else. People might love doing all that, but to me, it just completely breaks all seriousness of the game. I can't take the game seriously when in between you've got a sticker book. I just don't know. That's just me anyway. So yeah, you get a sticker book, and also you've got photo mode, like I've already mentioned, which gives you that opportunity to take, an action photo or whatever photo you want to create. So they are the mechanics. In terms of gameplay, I would say the character himself, you do get a choice of sort of 4 or 5 characters at the start. The character himself is sluggish and clunky to control. There's no smoothness. It's not a smooth controlling character. Very clunky. The turn circle on him is absolutely crap. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just really got annoyed. It's definitely the Sniper Elite sort of control system you've got there. The levels themselves, they're sort of open, but they're not. I mean, you're sort of bottlenecked into a specific way. You know, the levels are sort of open, but they're not. It's still definitely a linear path that you have to kind of follow. And also, you can't really climb about. Don't expect a Tomb Raider style climbing all over the place. You can't. You can only climb on certain walls and obstacles, and even then, that's slow and sluggish as well. See, that's one of the letdowns of this game as well, is the sluggishness of it. But your destination is always highlighted by a yellow pentagram. It's just a yellow pentagram as your target destination is where you've got to get to. Unless you're collecting certain items, then it will be like an arrow that will flick, you know, whatever way you've got to go. In terms of gunplay, though, I must admit, is fantastic. That was one of the best things about this game. I absolutely loved having a horde of zombies in front of me and taking them all down, shooting explosives to blow up a load of them, setting off a couple of traps, because you get these traps within the levels. They're like these little rotating things that you've got to shoot, and it draws the zombies towards them, and then it'll suddenly explode. Which, you know, I love the gunplay. The gunplay's fantastic. You can only crouch. You can't. There's no sort of automatic cover system. It's just literally crouch behind an obstacle, and when you aim, he'll lift up. But the gunplay is definitely really smooth and quick and responsive. I did enjoy that. One of the negatives in terms of the gameplay is it is very, very, very repetitive. Now, I know people do like this sort of game. I have enjoyed this game, but it's not one I would personally go out and buy myself, which is why on Gamepass I've downloaded it and I can give it a go. It's not my ideal cup of tea. It is very repetitive. It's literally go through an area, different areas, have certain situations, survive a couple of waves of zombies, or different variations of zombies. Like you got the suicide vest zombies, and you got the Shadow Man, whatever he's called. You know, and it's very repetitive. Get to a safe house, end of chapter, start the next chapter, which will be exactly the same. You know, the only thing that keeps it going slightly is a slightly interesting story. It's not the most fantastic story, but it's just a slightly interesting story. So yeah, that is my sort of that is the main parts that I've discovered with this game. So overall, I would say this is more sort of aimed at cooperative play and just tallying up XP points and stuff like that. It's not really a story. It's not really, it's nothing really enticing for me personally. For other people, if you like all this sort of Left 4 Dead stuff, you're on it. You're onto a winner. But for me, it's not my sort of my style of game. I have enjoyed it, but the gunplay really is mainly what I've enjoyed with this game. So yes, I would advise to give it a go anyway. If it's on Game Pass, so go and download it and give it a go. You never know. That's why I tried it, because I thought, you never know. I'm not into zombie games. This might change my mind. It hasn't, but I did enjoy the gunplay. So go and give it a go yourself. You never know. You could be converted into a zombie sort of arcadey zombie game person. So yes. That is this game. Oh, and you do get a choice. I mentioned the choice of characters, didn't I? Yes, I did. So you do get a choice of characters, and you can customise your character a little bit within the campaign and the horde. I haven't had a go at the horde mode purely because, you know, I kind of guess what that is. I've played it before, COD, and Plants v Zombies is funny enough, where you just get wave upon wave of zombies. But hope you enjoyed this review. I will be doing another one in a couple of days. Make sure to check out my previous video, which was Destroy All Humans, which is also on Gamepass. So yeah, check out on the screen right now, Destroy All Humans. And remember, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you.